2018 Alfa Romeo Giulia Review. The good points of Alfa Romeo Giulia. Looks stunning. Efficient diesel engines. Excellent ride and handling. Scorching hot quadrifoglio model. The bad points of Alfa Romeo Giulia. Cabin materials lack rivals quality. Multimedia system not the top. No all-wheel drive variants. Automatic gearbox only. As the successor to your 159, the Alfa Romeo Giulia has a good job on its hands. Not only is it the famous Italian firm's first model on its new modular platform, but it's also faced with rescuing a business that has found its sails firmly from the doldrums. To do this attractive four-door saloon is going to want to win the hearts and minds besides of loyal fans defer by the lackluster Mito and Giulietta, but steal new sales from a proven and hotly competitive sector that also includes well-known cars, for example the BMW 3 Series, Mercedes-Benz class, Audi A4 and lastly the British entrant, the Jaguars. Has to entice business drivers and driving enthusiasts. The factor to selling bulk within this marketplace is to interrupt into the company park your car by irresistible to fleet managers, and also on the face of the USB ports. That's what Alfa has been doing here. The Giulia can be acquired with a 2.1-liter diesel engine that emits 109 GkM of CO2 both in 150 horsepower and 180 horsepower outputs, qualifying it for that sub-130 GkM write-down allowed to obtain onto fleet lists and making for relatively low big tax for that drivers too. But it's about over numbers. An Alfa Romeo really should be an emotional thing. So we're very happy to say redecorating one of the very best cars rolling around in its class to operate a vehicle, an authentic return to form. It has quick, precise steering and 50 hours 50 minutes weight distribution, which enables the car feel considerably more involving than nearly whatever else of its size, while its all-new engine lineup aims to supply excitement along with low running costs. Its lightweight architecture helps within respects, keeping fuel economy high and handling exciting. We did find several wrinkles, however. No car is perfect, also it's a method behind the course leaders when quality of cabin materials and gratification of multimedia system are looked at. It'll only seat 4 adults too, along with the boot is undoubtedly an awkward shape for larger items. Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio leaves rivals in their wake. There's a hot version on this new car too, and yes, it's a good thing. Developing a massive 510 horsepower from the Ferrari drive 2.9-liter V6 twin-turbocharged petrol engine, it demolishes 062 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds and hits 191 miles per hour flat out. We begin more detail about it car including its clever chassis inside the driving section in this review. It's a lot more than talented enough to generate the Mercedes-AMG C63 and BMW M3 nervous. The verdict. Alfa Romeo has generated a truly convincing executive saloon. In diesel and petrol forms, it appears good, drives superbly, and must prove economical to perform. Considering the strength of their rivals, this can be quite an achievement. It's hard to not love the Giulia Quadrifoglio. It drives superbly, sounds brilliant and appears great in contrast to its most immediate German rivals. Aside from several interior niggles, a rather dated feeling infotainment system along with the less-than perfect image of the company's dealer network, that is a car that truly stacks up. At the instant, it gets to be a thumbs up from us, an Alfa Romeo you can get with your head, and also your heart. Watch on for the full Alfa Romeo Giulia review to view whether it goes on the top in the executive class. Pair of efficient and punchy diesels. Tepid and hot petrol options, 2. Quadrifoglio model could be the full Vindaloo. The engine options for your Alfa Romeo Giulia incorporate a pair of efficient diesels, a 2.0-liter petrol with 2 outputs, as well as a fire-breathing 2.9-liter twin-turbocharged petrol inside the Quadrifoglio Performance model. There's no manual gearbox in any respect for UK cars, however. All utilize an 8-speed automatic gearbox that switches its gears quickly and smoothly without ever getting caught out between ratios. We appreciated the shift paddles too. They're found on the steering column as opposed to the wheel, being a Ferrari. Every car gets Alfa's DNA drive mode switch also. This allows you to adjust throttle response between dynamic sharper, normal default and advanced efficiency duller for better fuel economy. This rotary switch is conveniently positioned from the gear lever and to use without needing to look down. Pragmatic diesel engine. The Soul diesel engine is undoubtedly an all-new aluminum 2.1-liter but badged 2.2, 4-cylinder unit with 150 horsepower and 380 Nm of torque, or 180 horsepower and 450 Nm determined by your requirements. Both produce peak torque at 1,750 revolutions per minute, as the 180 horsepower version gets maximum power at 3,750 revolutions per minute, rather than 4,000 revolutions per minute inside the 150 horsepower. The 150 horsepower accelerates from 0.62 miles per hour in 8.2 seconds, even though the higher-powered car takes 7.1 seconds. We've currently only driven greater powerful of the engines and may confirm it's smooth enough. But considering how recently that it was developed there, we were surprised how noisy it can be. Preferable petrol engines. While most UK buyers will plump with the diesel, we preferred each 0.0-liter, 200 horsepower petrol engine. It's keen to rev, sounds more intriguing, notable, and it's smoother and better to operate the vehicle. This develops peak power at 4,500 revolutions per minute, while 330 Nm of torque comes at 1,750 revolutions per minute. The obvious penalty is going to be on fuel economy, but when you're doing a lot of short journeys rather than many miles annually, then you may very well be surprised how level the field is once you've factored from the car's final cost. There's another 280 horsepower version with this engine, which boasts 400 Nm of torque. The delivery is higher up the rev range though, at 5,250 and 250 revolutions per minute respectively. Even so, it's predictably a faster motor, with 0.62 miles per hour taking 5.7 seconds rather than the 200 horsepower car's 6.6. Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. By far the quickest version with the Giulia will be the awkwardly named Quadrifoglio model, Italian for cloverleaf. This is powered by the Ferrari-driven twin-turbocharged V6 petrol engine developing 510 horsepower and 600 Nm of torque at 6,500 revolutions per minute and a couple of 500 revolutions per minute. That's enough for any 0.62 miles per hour dash in 3.9 seconds, as well as an unlimited top speed of 191 miles per hour, roundly beating all of the rivals. It's also 8-speed auto only, but it's a specially calibrated gearbox. It works together with you'd expect, rifling with the gears with ferocity. This can be a monstrously quick car having a distinctly non-turbocharged feel, thanks towards the exciting rush for the redline we'd expect to experience in a naturally aspirated engine. It also produces a fabulous noise via its quad tailpipes, even if you have to. The choice is yours to race mode to obtain the full effect in this. Class-leading handling through the Giulia. few other cars as engaging or approachable. Quadrifoglio can be a different league. This is but one area in which the Giulia shines. It's an incredibly balanced car that has a huge number of grip and steering that permits you to know lots by what is happening within the front wheels. Its rear-wheel drive like several its rivals bar the Audi A4, and this is one reason it's so rewarding there driving. Turn the tire and you'll be amazed at first by how responsive it can be. It doesn't take a great deal of twist with the front wheels to adhere to suit, but from the minute or two you discover how to anticipate it, and then you definitely'll fall madly in love. The suspension provides a brilliant combination compliance and cornering performance. Unlike most new cars we drive, there's no adaptive damping whilst an option around the non-quadrifoglio car. It's simply built properly. That is why the Giulia is class-leading with regards to engaging handling. Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio handling. The performance version of Alfa's Saloon gets further handling enhancements, which has a torque vectoring system within the rear axle which uses a set of two clutches to regulate how much in the engine's output is shipped to either side of the automobile. The effect should be to improve traction when approaching the limits on the tire's adhesion to get a more controllable character when driving quickly. Other extras for this hot Alfa Romeo incorporate a race mode for your DNA switch that adjusts the trunk differential and stability control systems for high-performance driving, optional bucket seats to maintain new Hemden and carbon ceramic brakes for maximum stopping power. Purposeful and low-slung driving position. Aluminium gearshift paddles are superb. Cheaper plastic on touchpoints a disappointment. There are a few good bits in regards to the Giulia's cabin, and many that lag behind your competition. Audi, BMW, Jaguar and Mercedes-Benz all building interiors, so this can be a difficult battle to win, as well as the Alfa Romeo entrant fails to deliver mainly on minutiae. Some in the plastic surround common touchpoints, including surrounding the gear lever, and some with the switch gear itself, such as the rotary multimedia controller, feel less expensive than we've become accustomed to with this sector. Interior quality not really a strong point. We like the 8.8-inch screen's integration into your sweeping dash, but wished that it was touch-controlled likewise as through the rotary dial, which incidentally also appears to be it carries a touchpad such as German rivals, but alas not. Its shiny top fooled us. The graphics about the Satanav along with the size and resolution from the display all feel old Awachi, which is usually a shame considering how stylish the Giulia is about the outside. It's exactly the same with the screen between Speedo and Rev Counter. It just feels some years behind. But that accepted, it's a well-designed interior seems great. We'd suggest going for just a leather-covered dash as opposed for the soft-touch plastic also being offered. It appears £1,000,000 compared. We also preferred the classic Motoriat Esquid trim on the luxury pack towards the aluminium finishing within the sports pack. It seems like to suit the Giulia style slightly better. Sporty but comfortable suspension balance. Low wind and road noise but vocal diesels. Quadrifoglio rides the most effective on adaptive dampers. A tiny mixed bag here. The Alfa Romeo tuned suspension is sportier than some rivals, understanding that means while it's not crashy, it might seem firm over sharp speed bumps and particularly poor road surfaces. The insufficient adaptive suspension for the standard car doesn't help here, but we feel the overall balance is really good. Well, forgive its stiff ride. The cabin is remarkably well insulated, however, with little or no engine or road noise intruding. You'll notice some wind whistling across the door mirrors at motorway speeds. If you work the engines hard, in particular the diesels, you'll hear slightly more from their store than you'd perhaps appreciate. With a 2.0-liter petrol this isn't a lot of an issue since it sounds interesting, even so the diesel motor doesn't. We thought the seats were supportive and cozy, which will help the Giulia feel just a little more premium. Surprisingly comfortable quadrifoglio. The adaptive dampers about the Giulia Quadrifoglio have a surprisingly compliant ride. Their submit you can press in any of the automobile's modes to slacken off the dampers, just such as bumpy road setting in a Ferrari. We found the optional bucket seats extremely supportive and grippy, as you move the standard fit items don't pin you down just as much, but do offer a somewhat squashier base. In relation to noise the Quadrifoglio is pretty muted below about 3000 revolutions per minute because of a valve from the exhaust unless you've reached it in race mode, plus it even starts without a very good flourish, much to your delight. Individuals neighbors at 6 a.m., decent standard spec, upgrade to super, specially in veloce. Company car drivers catered for with well-spec'd Technica. Finally there's the Superhot Quadrifoglio Performance model. There are 4 basic trim levels to be had: Standard Giulia, Super, Specially and Veloce, in addition to the standalone Technica and Quadrifoglio versions. Standard Alfa Romeo Giulia saloon equipment. Base spec cars are just called Giulia and are available with 16-inch alloys. Alpha Connect over a 6.5-inch screen with radio, MP3, aux, USB, and Bluetooth. 8-speaker head unit. DNA driving mode selector. Auto headlights and wipers. Cloth seats with manual adjustment. Cruise control. Dual zone climate control. Electric parking brake. Engine start button on leader. Leather controls. LED tail and brake lights. Rear parking sensors. Next up will be the Super trim, which adds 17-inch alloy wheels. Alpha Connect 8.8-inch screen. Sat-nav. Aluminium door sills. Dual chrome exhaust tip on 180 horsepower diesel. Leather and cloth seats. Next they're specially and also this trim adds mini kit. 18-inch alloys. Bixenon headlamps. LED daylight running lamps. 402,040 split rear seats. 6-way power adjustable driver and passenger seats. Aluminium sport pedals, footrest, tonneau cover, dashboard insert and door handle surround. Black gloss window surrounds. Dimming rear view mirror. Electrical side bolster support. Fog lights. Heated washer nozzles, front seats and controls. Leather sports seats and tire. Power folding mirrors. Red brake calipers. Sports bumpers plus diffuser and dual chrome exhaust. Finally there's the Veloce model, which include 18-inch alloy wheels with run-flat tires. Upgraded foot brake with black calipers. Aluminium shift paddles. Front parking sensors. There's a particular Technica spec that's designed for company car drivers, and includes 6-way driver and passenger leather cloth electric seats. Aluminium door sills. Dual zone climate control. Auto lights and wipers. Climate pack a thermic windshield, cool glove box and rear air vent. Cruise control. Electric parking brake. Front and rear parking sensors plus rear view camera. Front and rear USB ports. LED tail and brake lights. Privacy glass. 17-inch alloy wheels. Chrome exhaust and window surround. Pick the Giulia Quadrifoglio, and besides you obtain a host of performance upgrades but another load of kit in addition towards the Veloce 2. 19-inch alloys. Black window surrounds. 7.0-inch color cluster display. Leather-wrapped dashboard and door panels. Carbon fiber inserts on dashboard. Leather and Alcantara manual front seats. Cruise control speed limiter. Rear view camera. Specific bumpers and front grille. Brighter xenon headlights. In addition, you can find the following performance-enhancing upgrades. Alpha Active Aero covered underbody. Alpha Active suspension. Alpha Active torque vectoring. Alpha chassis domain control. Alpha DNA Pro with race mode. Sports exhaust with quad tailpipes. Alfa Romeo Giulia saloon, optional extras. There's a multitude of options available organized into packs. Climate pack, air quality system, cooled glove box, rear air vents, front and back USB ports. Cold weather pack, heated washer nozzle, front heated seats, heated tire. Convenience pack, sun visor with illuminated driver's vanity mirror, exterior door handle lights, keyless entry. Driver assistance pack, rear view camera, front rear parking sensors. Driver assistance pack plus, rear view camera, electrochromic rear view mirror, front and back parking sensors, electrochromic wing mirrors, automatic high beams, blind spot detection. Lighting pack, headlamp washer, brighter xenon headlights and adaptive front lighting system. Lasso pack, silverwood or walnut trim. Power seats pack, 6-way power driver and passenger seats. Veloce interior pack, heated washer nozzles, 6-way power plus heated driver and passenger leather sports seats, 402,040 split folding rear seats, 6-way power passenger seat, heated tire. Audio system upgrade, 11 speakers, ambient light. Sound Theater by Harman Kardon, 14 speakers, ambient light. You could also select this performance options. Performance pack, tire paddle shifters, limited slip differential, Alpha Active suspension. Sport pack, aluminum tonneau cover and home molding, sport leather controls, aluminum sports pedals, footrest, xenon headlamps. Sport Pack Plus, the above using the addition of brighter xenon headlamps with adaptive front lighting system and headlamp washers. You can change your Giulia Quadrifoglio together with the following. 3 varieties of 19-inch wheels. Active cruise control. Red or yellow brake calipers. Carbon shell sport seats by Sparco. Carbon ceramic brake discs. Plus there's the choice from the convenience pack, power seats pack and Harman Kardon stereo upgrade from above. 5-star rating from Euro NCAP. Impressive adult occupant safety. Lots of normal kit but no LED headlights. The Alfa Romeo Giulia incorporates a full 5-star rating from Euro NCAP by having an impressive 98% result for adult occupants. That is very impressive. There's additionally a decent level of safety equipment installed for the Giulia. Standard kit has a forward collision warning system, low-speed autonomous emergency braking and lane departure warning. Moving up the trim structure nets use xenon headlights which has a cornering function to enable you to view around the corner than conventional straight beams. Unlike German rivals, you can find no fold headlights for superior night vision, which can be a shame. Optional features include adaptive cruise control and blind spot monitoring together with Giulia quadrifoglio Getstork vectoring the braking of wheels to counteract wheel slip in corners and upgraded brakes with all the option to specify carbon ceramic ones at extra expense. Good legroom for 4 but low roofline inside the back. Middle rear seat is very for display purposes only. Competitively sized boot with slightly awkward shape. There's plenty of room inside cabin for 4 people, with 6-footers capable to sit fore and aft simultaneously, but forget transporting 5. The transmission tunnel means the indigent 5th occupant are going to be chewing their kneecaps for that entire journey, and taller adults within the outer pews will discover headroom restricted too. A long wheelbase in accordance with its overall length means the Alfa Romeo Giulia could possibly get away with being shorter than rivals just like the Audi A4, as an example, without compromising interior space. That means you're unlikely to have a problem with parking this felt Italian saloon. The boot measures 480 liters, and yes, it does have a decent-sized opening to get a saloon car. However, the shape from the aperture is definitely that larger items will foul 3/4 from the way for the rear seats as luggage space makes path for wheelchaires. Alfa Romeo doesn't give you a seats down measurement for that Giulia, but obviously there's more space to gather down, but not quite a bit more, as well as the load floor isn't flat due to a lump from your folded chairs.